Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lumina X Demo Night 2023. My name is Ariana Margetts, and I'm so excited to be here tonight as your MC celebrating entrepreneurship and innovation on the Gold Coast. Now, on behalf of our team, I would like to acknowledge the Kumameri people of the Bundjalung and Yugambeh Nation as the traditional custodians of where we are tonight. We recognise that these lands have always been lands of teaching, research and learning, and acknowledge Indigenous Australians as the first scientists, entrepreneurs and innovators of Australia. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome over 250 of you here tonight, some that still could be stuck in that Brisbane traffic, to one of the Gold Coast's best entertainment venues, the Miami Marquetta. Now, nights like these don't happen by chance, and communities like this don't build themselves. I'm so proud to be part of the CoSpaces team that have been dedicated to building Lumina X since 2019, led by our CEO, Ben Howe, our Director, Dren Zerksa, our Program Manager, Janine McQueen, and 10 of our incredible team members who are here tonight and have put this event on for you all. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. Now, this program and tonight would not be made possible without the incredible support of our partners. Firstly, the Queensland Government through Economic Development and Advance Queensland, who have supported this program so generously through funding and facilities. In particular, EDQ through Liesl Harris and Steve Dolores, who have been with us right at the start since 2019. EDQ had the vision to create an innovation space on the Gold Coast back then and invested over $5.5 million in facilities to create cohort innovation space and the programs that are run out of it. It has grown to be one of the biggest innovation spaces in Queensland and really is a cornerstone project for the innovation economy in Queensland. So thank you, EDQ. Our major partners, the City of Gold Coast, are represented here well tonight, including Councillors William Owen Jones, Councillors Pauline Young and Councillor Tozer. And I've always said that you three are my top three councillors. I've always said that. We have the Gold Coast Chief Investment Officer, Jeff McAllister, here tonight, who we'll hear from a little bit later on, and Ben Foster, the Head of Economic Development and Tourism, who is a huge advocate for innovation on the coast. And it really is so important to have someone in local government who champions the startup industry, and Ben Foster is definitely that for us. So thank you, Ben. We welcome Peter Binks here tonight from our partners Griffith University. Griffith's passion to achieve a healthier and inclusive future has seen them support Luminarex to drive new thinking, new skills and new ideas. And tonight we get to see Griffith's clinical research highlighted on the stage in 2 of the startups. Marie Knight is here, the Director of Innovation from MARTA. MARTA has been a leader in the Queensland health sector for more than a century, and they share our passion to deliver excellence in healthcare through innovation. Now, you can't run a health tech program without the support of the health tech industry, so MARTA has been crucial to providing clinical pathways to these entrepreneurs. We have Agenic Ventures here tonight who have supported us through mentorship. And we also have some of Australia's best doctors in the room. Dr. Alan Parnham is here. He's a nephrologist. For those of you who don't know what that means, it's a kidney doctor, so drink up. He's allowed it. Alan is a crucial part of our ecosystem, and it's so important that Alan is here tonight because Alan is rich. So he was at the top of our list when we were wondering who to invite to this demo night. We also wanted to make a special mention to the Queensland AI Hub Director, Kelvin Ross, who is on a plane to Singapore at the moment. But Kelvin has been so generous with his time and his wisdom. He is our in-house AI nerd and technologist on tap and gives so much incredible advice to these startups in the tech space. So thank you to Kelvin and to Alan and to our amazing mentors who make this program possible. Now it is my pleasure to welcome the Acting General Manager of EDQ, Lisa Harris, to the stage to talk about how EDQ is supporting innovation. Thank you. So,
Thank you. Thanks, Ariana. She's always a really hard act to follow, but at least we dress the same. So, didn't plan that. So I would also like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands on which we gather this evening. Ariana has done a wonderful acknowledgement of country. It's a great honour to be here tonight representing EDQ and the state government. We're really excited that we can join you on Luminarex 2023. It's the biggest night in Cohort's calendar, and it's the culmination of 14 weeks of really hard work by all of you out there. Some of Australia's top entrepreneurs and startups on your accelerated learning journey. So we have been involved with the Gold Coast Health and Knowledge Precinct for a very long time now. One of the legacies of the Commonwealth Games was to ensure that we created a health and knowledge precinct. So we have 9.5 hectares of land, but at the heart of that is Cohort. We were provided that building, and one of the objectives was, well, make the land development ready. And that meant knocking it down. And we were like, why would you knock this building down? There is so much we can do in it. So when you think about it, that it was a bar and a hairdressing salon, actually it's probably not much different now, is it, as a bar? We've transformed it into one of the most successful startup and innovation spaces in Queensland. Now that's what EDQ does. We demonstrate and we innovate and we take a chance, and taking a chance on co-spacers who Ariana's spoken about, Ben, Dren and Ariana and the team behind them, was a really big step for EDQ. We hadn't done that before. So it opened in 2019 and it now has more than 250 occupants and over 85 companies. But not only have we invested $5 million, as Ariana said, in creating it and expanding it, we also acknowledge that it's actually what goes on inside it that is the most important thing. And in doing that, we've invested over $750,000 in the precinct innovation programs, of which Luminarex is a part. So we're really excited to be here tonight. Really excited to see what you have all put together. And yeah, tap the rich people on the shoulders, I think. Thanks, Ariana.
Thank you so much. Well, they say it takes a village to raise a child, then it takes a city to raise a startup. And we've got 10 of them. So, to talk a little bit more about the City of Gold Coast and why it is one of the best places in Australia to start and grow a company, please join me in welcoming the City of Gold Coast Chief Investment Officer, Jeff McAllister.
Thanks, Ariana. Hello, everyone. I'm so relieved. I got in my car to come here tonight and I thought, dang, again, I've forgotten my black T-shirt. But I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one. I'm used to actually not fitting in. Most of my family are in small business. I'm the black sheep that went into government. It's my first time to be at a Lumina X event, and I'm amazed to see so many people here at what is a wonderful venue. This is an accelerator of sorts for live music. So it's great that we're talking about our health tech acceleration efforts. And I think tonight we'll be tapping into both your minds and into your hearts. I'd like to acknowledge our three very supportive councillors who have come along here tonight, Councillor Owen Jones, the local councillor Pauline Young, and Councillor Tozer as well. And a special welcome, of course, to our 10 amazing startups that have gone through the Lumina X accelerator this year. It's also wonderful to see, and I've met a couple already, investors who've come here tonight to open your wallets and back some of these great startups. This is the second gathering for me of startups in as many weeks. Last week, we gathered with some super impressive startups from the Gold Coast that went to London Tech Week on the other side of the world. And it was so encouraging for me to hear their stories and how they intend to stay and grow their business, scale them up right here on the Gold Coast, because they know it's such a competitive place to do their business. And also we offer a great lifestyle to boot. And I think it shows too, standing right back, that the Gold Coast has been a startup itself, and it's now a city in a high growth phase. So tonight we're going to hear all about the Lumina X accelerator startups, and we are so proud as a city to have supported them both this year and last year, and also to meet some of the graduates who have come back last year to support this year's intake. I'm not a great, huge investor myself, but if I was, I'd be putting my money into health. It's one of the fastest growing sectors of the city, one of the fastest growing sectors of the economy. And I think the huge investments that government's making that we've seen in the state and federal budgets show that it's going to be a huge growth area for all of us. So I think this Lumina X program is going to help our city make the Gold Coast, if we're not already, the number one destination for health startups in Australia. And I hope this program acts as a real beacon for interstate investment into the Gold Coast. And I understand 3 of the 10 startups we'll hear from tonight are from New South Wales. So it would be great to see them stay here on the Gold Coast. And we also have 1 from Victoria. There's not much more in our lives that's more important to us all than health. So I can't wait to hear these pitches tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff. Now, to speak about Lumina X, why we're all here tonight, and share an exciting announcement, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce you to my colleague, the Director of LX Health, Dran Zerkser. Please join me in making him welcome.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for being here tonight. Regardless of many challenges, Australian healthcare system is the best in the world. We have the infrastructure, capital, some of the best clinicians, inventors, and we have founders, tech founders, such as those that you will hear tonight. At LX, we believe the next wave of health tech will be built here as well, because for the same reason. We started LX in just 3 years ago, and we've grown so much. And since then, we've powered 31 startups. We've provided 400 hours of mentoring sessions, around 60 hours of workshops, and about $4.6 million. Some of them came from the founders, the Mentors Network, and VC partners, and then some they just were raising afterwards. So it's a great achievement for early stage startups at the time where they need to prove their concept and so on. So it really makes a difference, and we're proud that we were able to do that. The program exists because mainly of the mentors involved and their contributions, hours and hours of their work and guidance that they go through. And we're really proud to have such a distinct lineup of mentors that come from those very professional backgrounds and give their time to support all these startups. So thank you all. And actually, I'll just round of applause for all of them. So tonight, we have an excitement announcement to make as well. So as a way to grow, our accelerator is doing a cohort a year, giving more resources as we go. However, we now build a program that is viable, that is competitive Australian-wide, and startups fly here for that. So we've built a community as well. However, we were missing something, and we're working on that now. So we're happy to announce that we're launching a health tech fund as well as our third arm of our LX. So we're looking forward to that. And if someone here wants to know more about that, I would love to chat about it after this. And basically, what it means for us, it will allow us to become ground zero of health tech for Australian health tech startups. So this will enable us. So that's why we're so excited about it. So we're so proud and excited to showcase the cohort why we're here tonight and really celebrate the amazing work and achievement they've done. It's unbelievable in 14 weeks what you can achieve. For some, it's like transformative, changing, growth, and we see that from day one and tonight. It's unbelievable and life-changing for some. So a round of applause for these amazing founders that we have this year on our cohort, and we're so proud of. So, all right. I'm looking forward to the pitches tonight. So I'll leave to Ariana now, and thank you all.
Thank you, Dren. Now, on with the show. So how this will work tonight is we have 10 amazing startups who will be pitching their idea. Now, each startup will only have 3 minutes to wow you, and then Janine and I will introduce you to each one as we go.
After all the startups are pitched, we have 2 awards that will be given out as well as a People's Choice. So as we roll through all of the pitches tonight, just be sure to keep that in the back of your mind. Once we've had the award ceremony, we'll get our boogie on, you'll hear the DJ going, and the food truck feast will be open. We promise this will be like no other networking event you've had on the Gold Coast.
Now, it is my pleasure to introduce you our first founder, a neuroscientist and co-founder who together with another co-founder, Pete, are shaping the way that therapy is provided. Travelling all the way from Melbourne for the last 3 months to take part of in this program on the Gold Coast. It has been such a pleasure to have this team as part of the program. Please give a huge round of applause to our first startup, Tia from Flintworks.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Tia Clemens. I'm a clinical neuroscientist, CEO and co-founder of Flintworks. This is Patricia. This is my mum. She was the sole survivor of a really nasty car accident many years ago. And although she's tried a lot of different treatments, she still suffers on a daily basis with the symptoms of her post-traumatic stress disorder. And mum's not alone. 12% of the population will be diagnosed with PTSD, making this the second most common mental illness, second only to depression. Now, unfortunately, treatments are ineffective and just 30% of patients recover. And not only does this have a massive impact for the likes of mum and our family, but it also costs Australia $30 billion every year. So at Flintworks, we took these ineffective treatments and we made them better and safer by elevating them into a clinical grade virtual reality therapy platform targeting complex mental illness such as PTSD. Our software that we developed is installed on an iPad and a VR headset, and it improves the effectiveness of therapy by allowing a clinician to create therapeutic VR environments that are tailored to the needs of their patient. And this is done in real time. So this is during the session. And you can see here from this video just how easy it is for a clinician to create one of these environments, whilst also being able to keep an eye on what their patient is actually experiencing. Now, our solution is backed by 30 years of science, and it's also been co-designed with clinicians to make sure that this platform doesn't just make treatments more effective, but also less scary for patients. So by embracing this platform, these benefits mean that in Australia, we can actually reduce the cost of PTSD by 50%. And this is a SaaS B2B model. We're targeting the 40,000 therapists in Australia via 3 primary channels: hospitals and health networks, Department of Veterans Affairs, and workplace insurance. So last year, we launched our MVP into a pilot. Now, the feedback was absolutely amazing. We've recently won a contract with University of Sydney, who will be developing a Flintworks micro-credential for clinicians to educate them on how to use our platform for therapy with their patients. And this creates a pipeline of not just champions, but also customers that helps us launch into the clinical market early next year. And we're starting off with PTSD, but we've really quickly been able to move into other forms of anxiety. And from there, we're able to step into parallel domains and different disorders. And why are we the best for this mission? Well, because as well as having a PhD in this field, I have seen firsthand the impact of trauma in the military as a British soldier, and of course, as a caregiver for mum. CTO Pete Martin is an award-winning creative technologist, and he comes with decades of experience. And we're also supported by world-leading experts in our advisory group. So we are currently fundraising. If you would like to know more about us, please check out the QR code there. And we would love for more people to join us on this journey as we try and help more people like my mum. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tia. What an amazing pitch. And unfortunately, co-founder Pete wasn't able to make it tonight, but we know he's tuning in online. So, hey, Pete, shout out to you. Now, next founder probably best resembles our mascot, Dr. Corn. Now, in the sense that, yes, he's a practicing doctor. Yes, he has a health tech startup. And as unicorns do, they fly. And this particular founder journeyed from Sydney back and forth to make it to the 14-week Illuminarex accelerator program. So please give him a warm welcome, Rob Herman, founder of MedApps.
Thanks. G'day. Thanks everyone for coming tonight. My name's Rob. I'm a doctor and I'm the founder of MedApps. And I'm standing in front of you today because 10 years ago when I finished medical school, first walked onto the floor of the hospital as a doctor, I made a mistake, stuffed up. I'd just walked onto the ward. My consultant asked me to order a CT scan for a patient and thought I'd done it. Came in the next day, I'd made a mistake. As a result of that mistake, the patient's entire journey was delayed by an entire bed day, which costs the health system $2,000. I'd increased their risk of a hospital-acquired complication, and I'd added to the workload of myself and my colleagues. And even though I just sat in a week of lectures and I'd received a 120-page booklet of how the hospital worked and all the things I was meant to remember, I'd still made the mistake. And a hospital is a particular type of workplace. It's not like most other workplaces. You don't just start one job. You start a different job usually every 10 to 12 weeks in either the same hospital or a different hospital. And looking at this complexity and the way that it's managed practically inspired me to take some action. And MedApp is the result. So our philosophy at MedApps is that really it all starts with orientation. And this is straight out of the corporate HR playbook. If you can improve clinician orientation, you can improve clinician engagement, and you can improve clinician retention. And this is actually particularly important right now in the Australian health system, as we've, particularly in the wake of COVID, we're seeing an increasing in the casualisation of the workforce, the importance of hospitals trying to retain their clinical staff, but also the need to rapidly orientate agency and locum doctors. So what is MedApp? MedApp is effectively a cross between NBorder and Culture Amp for hospitals. So we improve hospital efficiency, we improve their culture, and we do this while making life easier for the clinicians inside it. On a practical level, I'll give you a little example. So several years ago, I went out to Broken Hill to work in their emergency department as a locum. They're a user of MedApp, so they sent me a SMS, the text message on the side to load me into the app. The first thing I see is what we call a welcome mail out. So this is a personalized document. It tells me, for me, it said, "Dear Rob, welcome to Far Western Local Health District. Here's how you get from the airport to the hospital. Here's where you pick up your key. Here's how you transfer someone to Royal Adelaide. This is the team you're going to be working with in the hospital. This is the radiology hours." So I had the confidence the moment I walked into the doors that I knew exactly what and how I was walking into and making my life easier, but also meaning that I was giving a better patient experience. And it's not just for me. There's an administrative dashboard for the users, of course, so they can see that I've actually engaged and read this information, which helps them with their audit trails and accreditation. They can also use that to communicate with me further, so send out pulse check surveys if I'm a regular employee in the hospital, or work out how my experience was so they can engage in improvement. We're currently implemented in 80 hospitals across Australia, New Zealand and the UK, not just in medicine, but across nursing and allied health workforces as well. We have over 8,000 monthly active users, and through using the platform to deliver quality improvement projects, we've delivered over $50 million of efficiencies for hospitals. I'm standing here in front of you tonight looking for $500,000 to help enable us to improve health outcomes in Australia and to deliver on our product roadmap. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rob. It has been so great watching you further expand your operations around Australia and kicking some major goals in healthcare. Now, our next team includes two distinctive researchers who are making waves in the way that surgery procedures are conducted. It has been so inspiring to see Martina and Chris in the program and watching them transform their business to the next level. Please join me in welcoming Martina.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Martina Barzan. Tonight, I want to talk about Jenna. Jenna is a 9-year-old girl who loves playing soccer, and she's ready to support the Matildas tonight. Unfortunately, Jenna can't play soccer due to the pain in her hip caused by a severe bone deformity. This doesn't affect just Jenna. Every year, bone deformities affect over 1 million of children worldwide. The only hope for these children is surgery. Jenna's surgery was planned using X-rays. But when she was on the operating table, the surgeon realized that her deformity was way more complex than what they had anticipated, and they had to make a very quick decision. Unfortunately, the surgery didn't go as planned, and Jenna needed a second surgery. We want to change this. At Alignus, our mission is to revolutionize the care of children with bone deformities. We want to give surgeons better tools to plan and perform these complex procedures, so kids like Jenna can quickly return to a pain-free life. With Alignus, Jenna's second surgery had no surprises. The surgery was planned using a digital twin, a computerized replica of Jenna's bones and muscle. The twin allowed the surgeon to test many surgery options and also predict how Jenna's hip would move after surgery. During the procedure, the surgeon used a 3D printed guide that matched Jenna's bone shape. The guide indicated where to cut and place the implant according to the plan. Jenna's second surgery with aligners was shorter than her first. Our world first trial demonstrated that surgery time was reduced almost by 30% compared to traditional methods, saving $3,000 per case. In our trial, all the patients walked better after surgery compared to pre-surgery, with a 35% walking improvement. After our trial, our product has been used commercially in 3 Queensland hospitals by 7 orthopedic surgeons. They have referred 20 patients, resulting in over $200,000 total revenue. And this is a global problem. We aim to expand into the global market that has a total addressable market of $1.2 billion. We estimated an obtainable market of $72 million, which means that every year we can help 9,300 children. Our team includes Associate Professor Chris Carty, with extensive experience in managing large health tech projects, Dr. David Bade, an orthopedic surgeon with extensive clinical and industry networks, and myself, Martina, doctor and bioengineer with experience in product development. Together, we have over 50 years of combined experience in orthopedics, rehabilitation, and engineering. We are working towards getting TGA approval by the end of next year. As our largest market is the US, in parallel, we will gather clinical evidence to obtain FDA approval and enter the US market by 2026. We are currently seeking private capital to help secure TGA approval. So if you are an investor with experience in regulatory approval, we would love to talk to you. This is Jenna now, playing soccer with her friends. With aligners, this can be the future, not only for Jenna, but for thousands of children with bone deformities. Thank you.
Oh my God, how beautiful were those slides? I just want to do a quick shout out to one of our incredible mentors of the program, Toby Black. Somewhere in the back. He's the founder of Mariachi, a new Gold Coast creative studio that's just launched. He's here tonight, so if you find him, have a chat with him. He does incredible work. Not only alongside that, we've got 30 incredible mentors and coaches in the program, and it is just absolutely incredible to see the transformation that the startups have gone through. You know, whether that's in the realm of going through getting a pathway into commercialization, getting the branding identity all lined up. It's in all of the above. And speaking of all of the above, I want to welcome our most ambitious and early stage founder of the program. She is on a journey to transform a crucial part of our healthcare workforce. Please make her feel welcome. Anna Lum, the founder of Nursify.
Hi everyone, my name's Anna and I'm the founder of Nursify. Who here has been in hospital and experienced the compassionate and dedicated care of nurses? They're amazing, aren't they? Nurses are the lifeblood of Australia's healthcare system, but sadly, they are facing a huge problem. By 2025, there is expected to be a shortage of 100,000 nurses. Our nurse turnover rates have risen to 30%, and hospitals are taking up to 3 months to fill these vacancies. This is costing our healthcare system $8.5 billion a year. But it gets worse. Because even though we have this growing nurse workforce crisis, our hospitals continue to rely on generic job boards for recruitment, which are outdated, one-sided, and not built for healthcare. These job boards are causing huge inefficiencies and exacerbating the time it takes to fill a vacancy, time that our hospitals and nurses cannot afford. As a nurse myself who lives and breathes this problem, this is why I founded Nursify, Australia's first purpose-built career marketplace, where our mission is to help nurses find meaningful work and connect hospitals with the best talent. Nursify is a two-sided marketplace that accelerates and streamlines our recruitment processes by matching the right nurse to the right hospital for the right role. Think of it like a dating app for healthcare. Nurses create profiles showcasing their qualifications, skills, and job preferences. Hospitals post their vacancies on the platform, and using our smart matching algorithms, we instantly connect candidates with suitable jobs. And for the first time ever, Nursify is flipping the script and allowing hospitals to apply directly to nurses, a desperately needed solution in the talent shortage. This proactive and targeted approach will significantly reduce the time to hire and lead to huge cost savings. And by helping hospitals and nurses find the perfect match, we aim to enhance job satisfaction and boost retention so that our hospitals are safer and can deliver the best quality care. In our current market, nurses are faced with so much white noise, including platforms that don't offer the right specializations and search filters. Nursify is here to fill this gap by understanding their unique needs and building a strong community that connects hospitals and nurses seamlessly. The market opportunity for Nursify is massive. This recession-proof industry is the largest and fastest growing labour sector in the country, with nearly 500,000 professionals and an annual growth rate of 3%. On a global scale, hospitals are spending $6 billion on nurse recruitment every year, and we're spending $41 million right here in Australia. Based on our strategy, we know that we can capture 40% of this market in the next 5 years, generating an annual recurring revenue of $16 million. And Nursify will be coming to hospitals with far better value, including a subscription-based model that gives them a strong digital presence to attract and retain the best nurses. As the founder of Nursify, I am seeking a pre-seed round of $250,000 to take my prototype to product development and build a dedicated team who can bring this desperately needed solution to market. If you are passionate and feeling inspired to help me on this journey in any way, it would be great to connect with you. Together, let's bring Nursify to life to help build a stronger workforce for a better future in healthcare. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anna. And what a huge journey you've been on from nurse to entrepreneur and so dedicated to your mission. Now, our next presenter is a professor and medtech founder who is super passionate in solving one of the most crucial problems in surgery. It has been a joy to watch this entrepreneur go from strength to strength over the last 14 weeks. Please join me in welcoming Nick, the founder of Thermal Armor.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nick Ralph. I'm a clinician, a professor, an Australian Nurse of the Year, and the founder of Thermal Armor. Hypothermia is the world's most common serious adverse event in surgery. And when it occurs, it places you at a significantly increased risk of bleeding, infection, cardiac complications, and death. My research also shows that it costs Australia's $1.2 billion a year. Over the last decade, I've sat on the boards of the leading device manufacturers in this market, and I've become increasingly frustrated at the ineffective approaches they use to treat hypothermia that don't work and have led to thousands of lawsuits, recent lawsuits worldwide, over safety concerns. I've been researching surgical hypothermia for over a decade, and my research has shown the specific qualities that I know a device needs to warm every patient perfectly. But it wasn't until last year that it became personal for me. After a cancer diagnosis, I woke up shivering, profoundly hypothermic, and subsequently developed a really serious infection. But sadly, I'm far from alone. Hypothermia occurs in 1 in every 2 surgical patients worldwide, and with most of us likely to undergo surgery at some point in our lives or our loved ones, we're going to face it in the future, unless we solve it. So tonight, I want you to join me on a mission. Let's eliminate this thing that's completely treatable from every operating theatre worldwide and make hypothermia history. I also happen to have invented the technology to help us do that. This is thermal armor. It's the first and only wearable warming system for treating hypothermia. Our patented EverTech technology is the only combined active and passive warmer on the market and performs better in testing than competing devices. Not only is our technology in a wearable suit, but we also make a range of blankets and underbody heating that cater to every scenario, whether it be in the operating theatre or in the first responder market or in veterinary surgery. Our technology has already attracted strong attention from the market. Right now, our device is currently being trialled in the 2023 Talisman Sabre War Games held in far north Queensland with multinational armies across the world, and we expect to sign a major deal shortly. We also have strong interest and letters of intent from health hubs, from major metropolitan hospitals, and from across defence. Our product development is supported by Boost Design. Our products are manufactured in partnership with a world-class Brisbane-based ethical manufacturer, Innovoda Global, and our branding and marketing strategy is led by Gold Coast creative studio Mariachi. Hi, Toby. We have a short time frame to regulatory approval. The average sales cycle length is short because of the market, and we are assisted by an incredible team of advisors with experience in executing national and global growth strategies in the health industry. We have on our advisory board an Australian of the Year, a Nursing Association president, a Director General, and leading clinicians, researchers, and business people. We mean business. We also know that we have sound financial fundamentals at Thermal Armor. The cost of goods manufactured is under $1,000 Australian dollars and a retail price above $8,000 each. We also have a high growth business plan that has at its core Thermal Armor's expansion into the Australian, New Zealand, North American, and European markets. Our goal and our focus is to grow and scale this business to meet the rapidly growing $6 billion industry that we know exists worldwide for patient warming products and be the greatest manufacturer by the end of the decade in this space. So far, $250,000 of my funds have been invested into this product thus far tonight, but tonight I'm raising $750,000 to invest in finalising product development, manufacturing processes, regulatory approvals, and international marketing. With your support, I hope you'll join me on a mission to eliminate hypothermia from history and become the biggest force for good in the patient warming market over the next decade. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Win after win after win after win. No, but truly that's what it felt like, Nick. It was awesome when in the program he would run up to me and Dren and celebrate those wins together. So yeah, it's also awesome. So our next startup has been working with one of our amazing coaches, Nick Blair, founder of Midnight Health, who has recently raised a Series B round of $15 million. Shout out to Nick. Woo. This next startup, is dedicated to expanding their impact to the world, improving chronic health outcomes in Australia and beyond. Representing men tonight and co-founder Matt, please welcome Noah Davey.
How does cancer impact you? You might have a personal experience. You might care for a loved one with cancer. Or you might be a healthcare professional diagnosing and treating people every single day. My name is Noah Davey, and I'm one of the co-founders of MEND, a health management and insights app for the cancer community. And as I'm sure we can all agree here, cancer sucks. When my brother and co-founder Matt turned 23 years old, he got diagnosed with brain cancer. This had a massive impact on every aspect of his life, and it left me and the rest of my family feeling helpless, as we didn't know how we could best support him. And over the next few years, me and Matt came up with an idea, a consumer-focused health app designed for the cancer community to help people through, from diagnosis through to ongoing care. Our mission was to reimagine the health journey for cancer patients and provide a digital solution that places the patient above everyone else. Currently in Australia, over 1 million people have a cancer diagnosis. For some perspective, that's equivalent to the Suncorp Stadium being filled to the brim 20 times over. And every single year, another 18 million people around the world get diagnosed with cancer, each with their own impact on the patient and their loved ones. MEND was designed with the patient as the number one priority because we know that they can often be forgotten about in all the noise in the healthcare space. Currently, our app focuses on 3 key things. Firstly is managing your health. This means keeping on top of appointments, medications, scans, documents, your medical team, and everything in between. Next, we help patients better understand their condition because we know those pamphlets your doctor gave you are probably still sitting in a pile gathering dust somewhere, rather than actually helping you navigate your health better. And finally, we help patients have better conversations with their practitioners because we believe this leads to better health outcomes at the end of the day. Since we launched in April, we've had over 500 downloads of our app, with a number of our users checking in regularly and keeping track of their medication through the app. Our main focus up until now has been go-to-market, testing it out with patients, and we're currently working with some cancer-focused organizations to see how we can help them improve their digital strategy with their patients, while also adding some of the key things that our patients wanted to see in the MEND app. Currently, our team consists of myself and my brother Matt. I come from a background in software engineering and product development, and Matt comes from a background in brand, marketing, and stakeholder engagement, as well as bringing a wealth of experience when it comes to how the patient experience is today. We're really, really excited about what comes next. And for people like me and Matt, it's super, super important that we make an impact in this space. So we'd love to connect with any investors in the room that care about patient-led healthcare as we continue to work towards improving the patient journey in the cancer community. Thank you.
Thank you, Noah. It has been amazing to watch these impact-led founders discover a clear commercial pathway while focusing on patient-centric outcomes. Next up, we have one of 3 co-founders of a stellar team of professionals researchers from Griffith University. Now, this team of female founders have been on a mission to commercialize their research into a thriving business. Representing your track tonight, please give a warm welcome to Diane.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Professor Diane Shanley, and I'm one of 3 co-founders from your track. Meet Jack. He's 14 and he's having trouble at school. He's been waiting 2 years to see a pediatrician. And while waiting, his grades have dropped. He's getting picked on, he's turning to the wrong crowd, he's withdrawing at home. His parents are worried. Now, I bet you know a child like Jack, because over 1 million Australian children are like Jack. Neurodevelopmental disorders like ADHD, FASD, and autism cost Australia over $50 billion every year. 4 out of 5 parents don't get the help that they need. Specialists who diagnose these disorders have wait lists of 1 to 3 years. Adding more specialists, the most scarce and costly healthcare resource, it's just not viable. But what if non-specialists like nurses and GPs could share that load so that kids like Jack got help earlier? Your track harnesses the power of everyday health providers. We took the comprehensive assessment that specialists do, and we broke it into 6 parts. And we found out that non-specialists could do 5 of those 6 parts. Then we built the digital platform that stitches those parts back together so that kids like Jack get help in 6 months, not 3 years. We're different from our competitors. Our system works for infants, children, and adolescents. And it's the only one to incorporate an AI-powered digital platform that recommends what to do next for doctors, helping them to make evidence-based decisions about diagnosis and support right there in primary care, close to home. That's because we built our system on 5 years of co-design, and we know that it works. We've trialed it with over 900 children. Kids are 4 times more likely to be identified and 6 times more likely to be supported close to home. And right now, 20 healthcare practices are waiting to use your track. Our web-based platform can stand alone, or it can be white-labeled into existing practice management software. Market research shows that GPs do not bill Medicare the annual $100,000 that could be available to them for developmental screening and support. Your track shows GPs how to maximize their billing potential while providing evidence-based care. We have a plan to reach the 7,000 nationwide GP practices through practice management software distribution channels. Then we'll expand to non-specialist settings like schools, daycares, child protection, youth justice. Eventually, we will reach the 400 million children worldwide who have neurodevelopmental concerns so that no child like Jack is left behind. Meet the team behind our success. Dr. Aaron Hawkins is a clinical psychologist from Griffith University who has expertise in neurodevelopment and predictive modeling. Dr. Wei Liu has a PhD in business with expertise in user experience. And I am Diane Shanley, a professor from Griffith University with a passion for using co-design to change health systems. Tonight, we're asking to raise $1 million to further develop our product and team. Thank you for listening. I'm Diane from Your Track, and together, let's help kids track towards their bright future.
Woo-hoo. Now, I don't think too many researchers can say that they've stand in front of a crowd of 250 people and pitch for 3 minutes. So awesome work, Diane. That was really great. Now, besides being an absolute rock star, clinical psychologist co-founder Noam is already having a huge impact on the care journey for patients and healthcare providers. It has been an absolute pleasure having him engage with all the support we are able to provide in the program. Now, please give him a warm welcome. Noam on stage. Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Noam. I'm a clinical psychologist and co-founder of Wellify. So several years ago, I was working in a hospital and we had this really big problem. After we would discharge people, they would often come back to the hospital or worse. In parallel, I was also working in private practice. And although we know from a mountain of research that people really need 10 to 20 sessions to get that long-term benefit out of therapy, we also know from Medicare data that most people drop out after about 3. Now, as I was looking closer at these problems, my wife and I had actually just bought our first air fryer. And let me tell you, this thing was incredible, right? It came with recipes, it came with information about how to clean it, and information about how to take care of it. And then this odd reality struck me. This $120 air fryer came with better information and guidance than we were giving to our patients at the end of a $20,000 hospital admission. Right? The sum total of which would typically be a business card with a phone number on the back of it. And that is a huge problem because mental ill health and hospital readmissions cost Australia $42 billion a year. So at Wellify, we're solving that problem. We've developed an incredibly dynamic patient-facing mobile app and interconnected clinician-facing portal. They work in tandem to provide patients with round-the-clock access to tools, resources, and peer-reviewed content that their care team has curated specifically for them, and provide clinicians with the insights that they need to deliver truly personalised and optimised healthcare. We built it to be extremely modular and customisable so it can meet the needs of different organisations and different patients. And we also white label it, as you can see with some of my beautiful little babies, I call them. Our team is led by myself and my co-founder, Paul Collier, who is our CTO. He has over 20 years of experience building tremendous startups like Redbubble and Sleeping Duck, and we're supported by a growing team of engineers and content creators. So where are we at? Well, right now, hospitals, community mental health, drug and alcohol services, and private clinics around Australia are using Wellify to improve patient outcomes, help patients self-manage, and improve patient literacy. We've helped some of our customers win over $25 million in funding over the last 12 months, and we're now being approached by departments outside of mental health specifically, from maternity to chronic pain to oncology, to transpose Wellify into their settings. We've also got approaches now internationally from Israel, America, and India. And actually early this week, we signed our first international deal with Canada, which is very exciting. So tonight, our ask is not for funding. We're going to open up around early next year. So if you are an investor and you're interested in what we're doing, we'd certainly love to connect and start to build some relationships. Tonight, however, our ask is really to connect with healthcare leaders and execs. I think Mark from Pindara is in the room, and Sandeep from Gold Coast. I'd love to chat with you and other execs that are interested in innovating mental health care delivery. Essentially, if you're a healthcare leader and you want to ensure that your patients have round-the-clock access to all the tools, resources, and content that they deserve, and that your clinicians have access to all the insights that they really require to optimize healthcare, we would love to talk to you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Noam and the Wellify team for creating a solution that helps health providers and patients stay connected, informed, engaged, and on track. So important. Now, this year we had over 75 applications for this program from all around the country and a few internationally. And when we think back to the application process, this Next Startups video application comes to mind as they were a standout to the entire selection committee. It has been a pleasure having such a committed founder as part of the program, building a really unique product. Representing Templar, please join me in welcoming founder Lucy. Thank you. Thanks.
Hello everyone, my name is Lucy Dawson and I am the founder of Templar, the next evolution of mental fitness. Take your mind back to January 1st when you were full of enthusiasm for the year ahead and wrote down all the positive changes that you were going to make. And now, fast forward 6 months later, the journal has collected dust, the goals have not been met, and you're feeling deflated and unmotivated to commit to the changes that you had planned. Can anyone relate to this? Mental fitness is the next wave of mental sector in the global research, and shows 80% of people are feeling deflated and unmotivated and uncertain about their future. Many of us are turning to improving ourselves through mindfulness and self-development. However, without progress tracking, accountability, and most importantly, a clear vision, people are failing to achieve their goals. So, this is where Templar comes in. We are revolutionizing goal setting by combining AI technology with neuroscience and motivational psychology to create the world's most powerful visualization tool. To date, we have developed our brand and MVP and had already 3,000 organic downloads from over 114 different countries, demonstrating the scalability and global demand for our product. Our platform enables you to upload your own image to create personalized, curated content to match the goal that you're working on. It's like a turbocharged vision board. Imagine being able to see yourself overcoming a health challenge, living a healthier lifestyle, or as an athlete, winning the championship you've been training so hard for. How motivating would that be? Backed by scientific research in neuroplasticity and motivational psychology, Templar makes this effective performance hack accessible to everyone. In the last 12 months, the search for online vision boards has increased by 5,000%, and the global mindfulness app market is poised to reach $6.8 billion by 2030, growing at a remarkable rate of 45% over the next decade. Templar addresses the growing demand for online mental health support across a diverse range of sectors, such as clinical rehabilitation, weight management, mental health care, and wellness coaching. We generate revenue at both direct-to-consumer and business-to-business channels via a subscription service. And by connecting individuals with professional coaches, we create a mutually beneficial ecosystem of support and growth. Our go-to-market strategy focuses on leveraging social media with targeted advertising and influencer partnerships to create viral growth. This strategy has proven successful for Reface, the fastest growing deepfake platform, which acquired over 100 million downloads in just 18 months. And what sets us apart is our groundbreaking use of AI Future You technology. Template is the first app to incorporate mindfulness with AI goal visualization. We are currently seeking $750,000 to further develop our product, grow our team, and get to market later this year, providing us with an 18-month runway. Our team combines creative and commercial talents, giving us a leading edge. And with my 9 years as experience as a mental health caregiver, I am passionate about helping people reach their potential. I'm Lucy Dawson, founder of Templar, and we're on a mission to transform people's lives one vision at a time. Thank you so much.
Now, how's that for a visualization tool? Oh my gosh, I'd love to visualize myself on stage and be really confident, you know. The next founder is a dentist, 40, under 40, and dental practice owner with a team of technology innovators, dentists, and product specialists. She is on a journey to bring remote dental consults and digital workflow to solutions at the click of your fingers. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Padma Gadhia.
Welcome to Smilo.ai, where we are reimagining oral healthcare using artificial intelligence and smartphone technology. And I am Dr. Padma Gadhia. I'm a practicing dentist, a multi-site practice owner, and now the founder of Smilo.ai. I've treated thousands of patients over the last 17 years and have seen a steep increase, about 50% increase in untreated tooth decay among adults and a threefold increase in toothaches amongst children. And this is in Australia, where we believe 50% of our population actually go to the dentist regularly. In rural Australia, these numbers are much more higher. I was born in India, one of the largest and fastest growing economies in the world. And globally, 85% of them do not visit the dentist regularly. And this is majorly because there's lack of access to care, availability to care, lack of funding models, cost, and dental anxiety. In India, this problem is much more higher because they believe that dental care is only as a luxury and only for the rich. That's why we created Smilo.ai to raise oral healthcare standards and to expand access to care with a vision to provide quality, affordable, available, and accessible dental care to each and every anytime, any place with a click of a button globally and to impact 1 billion lives, to bring dentist in everyone's pocket. If you have a smartphone, just a few mouth selfies, and you can get your digital dental checkup in under 3 minutes and get a personalized oral healthcare report. Our TG approved, patent pending, end-to-end platform is easily integratable with any third-party systems connecting patients to providers. We've identified 3 main verticals in the oral healthcare sector to expand access to care. One being the oral care products like Sensodyne, Colgate, etc. The second is the dental insurers. The third is the dental service providers. Our B2B business is mainly on licensing fees and monthly SaaS, and for B2C, it's on a pay-per-use basis. Yes, we are working with some of the biggest names in the industry.
Bupa recommended us to their customers. We've secured a $320,000 contract with Sensodyne just now. After working with them for 18 months and having a successful Australian pilot launch and product market fit, they've also launched us in India last month with a vision to collaborate with us globally. Another 3-year contract with a listed oral product company in India, which has access and caters to about 500 million patients on an annual basis. With this, it will help us to be the largest digital oral healthcare company in the world over the next 5 years. We launched in Australia in 2021, and so far have done about 11,500 consultations. We launched in India last month, over 1,000 consultations already. We're working on a regulatory compliance for US and European markets to launch mid-next year. Our team consists of dentists, clinical specialists, software developers, data scientists, and business advisors, a bunch of people with over 100 plus years of experience combined, but a passionate bunch to solve this problem. My ask today is $2.2 million for product development, marketing, but to build a team with passion to execute this vision globally. Guys, you've been an amazing crowd tonight. Myself and Smilo.ai would love to connect and collaborate with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Padma. What an amazing way to finish with an incredible solution that is utilizing AI to achieve better outcomes for patient. Now, that's the last one, which means that our fans' favorite prize is officially open for voting. So how this works is I'm going to invite all of our startups and co-founders back on stage, and you can take a photo now of this QR code and vote for your favorite pitch of the night. Now, as the startups are coming up on stage, I'd like to welcome back our LX Health Director, Dren Zerksa, to the stage to announce one of our first awards that we have tonight, which is the LX Health Startup of the Year. So please make him welcome. Dren.
Yeah. Right. So I'm very proud of the team tonight. Amazing job from every single one. We're so lucky to have them all. We always have every year the LX Prize, which is, it's not about picking winners or, more opportunity of all that. It's more about them, the commitment, transformation, and what they got from the program. So this year, the startup that has been chosen is Your Track. And yeah. No, sorry.
Congratulations, Your Track. Woo! Now, we would like to introduce Dr. Alan Parnham to the stage to say a few words and award the Parney Prize.
This is my prize.
Share some thoughts.
Okay. So I've been a mentor here now. I've been around since the start, was dragged in initially just because it was free beers, but for the first pitch night, and have absolutely been engaged with these guys ever since. I love Luminarex. I try and sell them at every opportunity to all of the other rich blokes that I know. It makes me humble, actually, that we have these. So being around really clever people always makes me humble. These guys, they give up an awful lot in their lives to take an idea, push it really hard, and I think they're really special people, all of them. And I think we should have a round. I'll give them a round of applause. I was on the radio 2 days ago with Daryl saying pretty much the same thing for about half an hour. And I love all these people, and I'll love them all again next year, and I loved them last year, and that's why they can basically have all my money and why my kids can't have any of it. So it's really, really difficult. So what they conned me into doing was to provide some money towards the one that I was able to one of the companies which I thought needed the money most and just appealed to me. And it's who you invest in is a very personal thing, I think. So that they all deserve lots of money. They've all put in lots and lots of work. But the company that appealed to me the most this time was Flintworks. So Flintworks get the party. So that's.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Alan. A huge supporter of the program. Is this your third investment each year? Yep. 3 out of 3. And you'll be back next year. Everyone heard it here first. Now, we have the winner, I believe, of fans' favourite. So we might have a little foot drum roll. Dren, who did the people vote for?
All right. So the people voted. That's important. So the winner of the fans' favorite is Nursify and Anna.
Amazing. Congratulations, Anna, and to our winners and to all of our startups here tonight. That concludes another demo day, everyone. Now, if you love tonight, if you want to get involved in LuminaX 2024, in our LX Health Fund that is coming, if you want to be a coach or a supporter or an investor, if you want to contact us or any of these startups tonight, please stay, network, dance, drink, eat. We've got food trucks outside. The bar is open. It has been an absolute pleasure being with you tonight as your MC. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Ariana Margetts. I'll see you at the bar.